And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Raising Cane's. I hope you're having a great day right before Halloween. I hope you're getting your trick-or-treating ready to go because the weather's coming in tomorrow night, Coach. And we're here at Raising Cane's getting some chicken powered by Middleton's Tree Service right across from Walmart if you've never been. But I'm sure you have because the food's excellent here. Kinsley's on his way. He's a little late today. We don't know where he is. You know, I bet he overslept, if anything, Coach. You know how Kinsley can be. We have probably cold. You know, he'll come in here wearing a toboggan hoodie and sweatpants and all that. You know, but had a good weekend. The Tigers won 42-21 against Newton County on the road to close out the season, and the Chargers, after a 30-year hiatus, opened up the season with a 98-89 win over New Rock Prep over in Georgia. Drove 5.5 hours to get their butt whipped. So that's all part of it, you know. So it's good to get a couple of wins to talk about. And, Coach, talk about how important is it to get a final win of the season to kind of close out on a winning note, to go into the off season, you know, with your morals up and just something to build off of going into next season.
Well, it means a lot. You know, when you look back and say, man, you only won one game. My wife told me after the game, she said, I was proud to see all the kids, but those seniors, you could tell it meant something to them because, they come to work each week. They never quit. They come to work with a good attitude. They practice hard. We played hard every week, and they just kept believing and trusting in what we were doing. And we finally able to get that win. And, like I told them yesterday in our final meeting, there's going to be other times in games and seasons that you have a bad year. It's going to happen again, and there are going to be a bunch of good years. But if they'll do what they did this football season and keep a good attitude and work hard and treat other people the right way and show class and character, they're going to be successful in life. And that's really what it's all about. So I'm really, really proud of them. It gives us something to head to the off season. The last one we played, we won. So we're excited about that.
We were talking on the way back to the Free State that your schedule is probably one of the toughest ones in the state. If you look at your schedule this past season, 8 out of the 10 opponents on your schedule are going to be in the playoffs, and most of them are higher classification seeds. Talk about that. I know that that is really probably no other team in the state has played a tougher schedule.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It has been difficult. Like I said, everybody was pretty good. I think we figured up in the field house the other day before the Newton County game, the teams we played, and that's including a couple 5-5 teams at the time, had like a 800 winning percentage. 80% of the time they won, and that's tough. And the fact of the matter is that they were all up this year. They were all good, and our kids knew that. But we still went out and we worked hard and we prepared the same way. But there was just no break. You turn the ball over one time or you get beat one time. They were all good. They were all good teams, and a lot of them still playing. Like I said, eight out of the 10 we played in the playoffs and high seeds.
Let's talk about our Player of the Year and our Co-Players of the Week. Mason Smith has been awarded the season MVP for this season. Great athlete. Really started in a bunch of positions for you when you needed him to. Then you look over on the on the offensive side of the ball. Antonio Hayes scored a big touchdown that kind of got the momentum going for the Tigers. And then on the defensive side, although he's missed pretty much the whole season, the last 2 games, Jawad Jones, our Defensive Player of the Week, has really outdone himself in this past week, getting 8 or so tackles and just in on most of the tackles on the game. I know one play in particular, he came from the other side of the field to make the tackle, So talk about these players each and what do they mean for you, Coach, and what do they mean for the team? I know Jawad and Antonio are seniors, but Mason.
Jawad's back.
Jawad's back. Okay, my bad. So Jawad's going to be coming back, which is a good thing. Yeah. Antonio is a senior, and talk about Antonio's play this season, and what does he bring to the table, as our offensive player of the week?
Well, Antonio's has got a high motor, and it runs constantly, whether that be talking all the time or on the field playing. He's wide open, and he plays that way. He really is a kid that's come a long way. I'm really proud that he and I have become close, even more than a player-coach relationship, because he's matured in a lot of ways. He played 2 or 3 different positions last year, and we're trying to find a way to get him on the field. But, man, we need you at running back. Well, he goes and plays running back. Well, this year he started at running back. Well, we got the other 2 guys back, and we needed some help on defense, and we had to have some help. Well, he comes and plays D-line, and was one of our better players there. Well, then Friday, he's still, when we get in our heavy set, he's still a running back. So I think Friday he had 7 tackles. He had 1 sack. He actually recovered the fumble that he handed off. If you watch it close, he actually recovered the fumble in the pile, and he handed the ball to Ethan because somebody was on his back, and Ethan runs it 30 or 40 yards. So that was Antonio, and then made a great run. I was just hollering, go down when he made that run on the goal line and got hit 2 or 3 times and just willed his way. But really proud of Antonio and his unselfishness. Like I said, he's matured in so many ways, and I'm really proud of him as a player and a young man. Jawah, fortunate to get him back. Been out most of the season, with an injury there, and we got him back. And, first game played 15, 20 snaps. He had 3 tackles for loss, 3 tackles total, 2 for loss, 3 pass hurries. Friday night he had 8 tackles, a sack, 3 pass hurries. Just phenomenal player. And he's back for another year. So we're excited that he's back, because he's a guy that can play the power run game, and he can play the pass, and gives us some speed. Come on in, Kinsley. I'm glad Kinsley's here, Coach.
Yeah, Kinsley, what's that old saying, Coach, about getting somewhere on time?
Yeah. Just if you can't get here on time, get here when you can.
Yeah, so Kinsley, ladies and gentlemen, he's got to get his jacket on.
Kinsley's
he's a little warm-natured, or cold-natured.
That's right.
So Kinsley, welcome back. Or welcome to the show, buddy. I know that traffic can get heavy, or your head can have that bed head from time to time, huh?
Well, it's just a thing when people drive like they have nowhere to be. Do they not know it's lunchtime and people are trying to eat?
Yeah.
But I made it, man, Just happy to be able to kick it with you guys again.
There you go. If you can't get here on time, just get here when you can, buddy. But, all right, we're going to talk with Mason Smith first here, and our season MVP. Just really we were talking before the game, and Kinsley, you got some of his stats wrong. But that's okay.
Thanks to Max Press.
Okay. Well, you got Coach's number. Call him next time.
Coach is busy,
Yeah, but anyway, Mason, talk about the win Friday. I know that was huge for you guys, and just being able to finish up the season with a win, and talk about that, and how did that feel, just dominating the Cougars 42-21.
Oh, yeah, it was great, finally getting our first win, going out as a team, and, the seniors came to play, which they always do each week, but, you saw how much it meant to them Friday night, but it was a really great team effort Friday night.
All right, talk about, your play. You play a little on defense this season. You played a little on offense. What's your favorite position to play, and, what gets you motivated every Friday night?
I would say DB, cornerback. I just like physical contact, just going and hitting them. That'd probably be my favorite position.
All right. What's been the most? I guess this season, you guys got one win, but talk about some things you learned this season from this season. Talk about that, and talk about what it meant to get a win, the final game of the season, going into next season to build momentum and to build off of something that you guys can work on.
Yeah, I learned, just be a teammate. Go out, play hard. Don't take any play for granted. Go out every play with everything you got, and off this win from Friday, it's going to help for next season.
All right, Coach. What has Mason meant to you this season? You've asked him to play a little bit everywhere on the field. And I know that is a huge thing when you can go to a player and say, hey, can you play this position? Can you play that position? And that's what really me and Kinsley talked about, what makes an MVP, somebody that can play anywhere on the field.
Well, number one, he's a great kid. He's a leader. You know, he has played multiple positions. And his attitude's, you know, just whatever the team needs. And the truth of the matter is he's one of the better ones at any position we put him at. You know, people don't even know this, but he long snaps. And if he didn't long snap, he would punt for us. We're fortunate to have Patrick to do that this year. So, you know, he never comes off the field. But the main thing about Mason, he's just a winner. I mean, no matter what he does, he's a winner. And, you know, you find you 11 winners, you got a chance to be successful. And he's definitely a winner. And we ask him to do a lot of different things. I don't know. We've questioned ourselves as coaches. Were we always fair to him? But, you know, we're trying to win a game. You know what I mean? And when you put him at DB, man, he was one of the better DBs you had. He was, you know, made 12 tackles a game. You know, you put him at quarterback or receiver, he's one of the better ones there. It just didn't matter what you did. And like he said, the main thing is a great teammate. You can always count on him. You're gonna get his all every day, whether it be practice, game, or whatever. And I'm just glad he's back for another year.
So, Coach, now that it's all over, I mean, you ended the season on a positive note. Are you already looking forward to next year and what you have in place for next year and things like that?
You want me to be honest with you?
Please do.
Okay. I've tried to convince everybody that we all needed a little break, you know, just catch our breath. But you dang right we are. We already planning because what happened this year was, schedule's tough and all that, but it left a sour taste. So, I went and watched another team practice yesterday, and we went to work Saturday for next year. You know, like I said, I've tried to sell it to our kids and coaches, hey, get you a day or two and get away from it and take a little break because we do need that. We do need Thanksgiving break. We need that. But the truth of the matter is, we went to work the next day, and I went, like I said, I went yesterday and watched somebody practice, and I'm doing the same thing today, and I'll do the same thing Thursday after school, you know, and just try and find ways to improve and get better.
And that's a good thing to hear, Coach. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to sports, the season is never really over. I mean, especially in football, when you play the last game, you start looking forward to the next season. You analyze, what went wrong during the season, what you could have done better, and the fact that you said you went and watched other teams practice, that's a very smart thing to do. I mean, because, coaching, they get ideas from, other teams, look, what they're doing, and that's where they get ideas from. So the fact that you did that, you're already looking forward to next season. You got your players motivated as far as for next season. So, I mean, that's very commendable. And, I was telling John, as rough as your guys' season has been, it wouldn't surprise me if you guys came out next year just whooping everybody. But, that would really be something.
I hope so. That's the plan. And that's, and a testament to these kids. I mean, every week, the coach would say, man, the opposing coach, you got a brutal schedule. He said, man, y'all don't play like an 0-6 team. And that's a very small consolation to the fans and the gurus out there that want you to win them all, because nobody wants to win more than I do. I can assure you that. But we went every week, and we played hard, and we weren't a team that played like we were 0-5, 0-6. And at the end of the year, it showed that, with a big win. So, like I said, we're already working, getting ready for next year.
All right. Well, that's a good note to end on, Kinsley. And, we'll talk with Antonio Hayes, our co-offensive player of the week, and I'll let you talk to him since he's down here. I think he's moving this way. So, Kinsley, I'll let you interview Antonio.
All right. So, sitting and talk with Antonio. So, he got very impressive stats this year. In co-MVP. So what are your thoughts? After the season, you look back. On the season, what are your final thoughts? Even considering you guys ended the season on a good note, and you did a phenomenal job in the final game of the season. So what when you look back at the season, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, when I look back on the season, I pretty much look back up like on all the sacrifices and everything we had to make just to get this W. Like now.